have to decide how much do we want to find out.
I had the Secret Service come to my house, imagine.
Those with MAGA hats cheering on Trump are only doing it because they think if they abandon their culture and assimilate completely, they'll be fully accepted as Americans, when in reality, they will never be seen as anything but a brown person and will also be on the chopping block when the deportation gangs come to your little bubble. Who said that?
Donald Trump said he was going to build a wall, and George Lopez said, you better build it in one day, because if you leave that material out there overnight.
George Lopez made a joke at Kamala Harris's rally over the weekend about all Mexicans being thieves. Are we attributing that comment to Kamala Harris or querying all of her proxies who were at that rally? No, we're not.
You love to see it, ladies and gentlemen. George Lopez has found out. He was making stupid jokes about President Trump being assassinated and having a hit out on President Trump, which, you know, he's not the one who put the hit out, right? This was, I believe, Iran at the time. George Lopez decided to make stupid jokes about that, and the Secret Service decided to give this man a visit. Now, why would I not find anything like this humorous? For one thing, I don't find death threats or hits against individuals to be humorous to begin with. Not to mention, this was a real hit that was put out against President Trump. And what happened afterward? Multiple assassination attempts, including recently, Charlie Kirk was killed, right? Now we've had this normalization of political violence in the country from the radical left. The fake news carries water for the Democrats and pretends as though there's no political violence from the left, including hiding manifestos if they come from like a trans person or something, right? So things have definitely gotten out of hand. George Lopez here goes into a story about his find out phase. Let's go ahead and react to it. By the way, guys, there's a new feature on YouTube where you can hype videos. So be sure to like the video, hype the video. It helps out a lot. Appreciate you.
This world we live in now where everybody's sensitive. Do you have to find yourself censoring your jokes, or do you just go out?
You know, man, I mean, I had the Secret Service come to my house, imagine, you know. Can I say what it is?
Of course. Of course.
I was with Cedric and his daughter at the chateau for her birthday, drinking some champagne. I leave, I get in the car, I turn my phone on. Instagram, it said, this was probably like maybe 4.5 years ago. Allegedly, Iran had offered an $80 million bounty on President Trump. And I put in there, we'll do it for half. And
before we continue, who here thinks that this was a smart idea? George Lopez is supposed to be an older, wiser gentleman. I look at this guy's practically falling apart. Like, just take a look at him. This guy looks ancient at this point. And yet he still didn't recognize that being a comedian doesn't make you immune to criticism. Let's continue.
I wasn't even home yet. I wasn't even home. And my publicist whenever my publicist calls,
yeah, it's
you're
serious.
just like, oh. I said, hello, where are you? I said, up in the car. But where were you? Where have you been? And I told her, man, and she said, it's big, like, it's big. And Fox had these people that, you know, he should be arrested, put in prison.
Yeah.
So and then one day I had it on Fox occasionally to see. And then one day I get up in the morning and I walk by it, I stop, it gets my attention and said, George Lopez should expect a visit from the Secret Service early next week. And 5 minutes after that, my phone rang and it said, hey, George Lopez, you should expect a visit from the Secret Service early next. The same thing that was on the thing they told me. And they came over. So I had my attorney with me. And they come in the house.
Do they look the part? Like black sunglasses, black suits?
Look,
like,
Lopez is lucky. There's a bunch of losers all over the internet, especially on TikTok, making death threats against the president, saying that they're going to do it themselves, and they don't even have the money for attorneys. So maybe Lopez is actually a smart one here. At least he could defend himself. These idiots on TikTok don't have any defense at all.
Men in black? Like,
no, I think maybe they're, you know, the Grubhub of Secret Service. You know, there's some that, you know, protect people, and then there's some that just go out and do the door-to-door.
Yeah, yeah.
You know.
Did you make them laugh? Did you make them laugh?
Well, I'll tell you what I said, and you tell me if they would laugh. So we sit down there, my attorney's there, and they said, we're here to see if you're a threat to the leader of the free world. And they start with other stuff. They said, do you remember retweeting a picture of El Chapo holding the severed head, allegedly, of the president? And the guy does this. And I said, because Mexicans, you just play como pendejo. You just play stupid in the beginning. Like, who? And they're like, El Chapo. I said, that's his name? El Chapo? I said, he's not one of the Fantastic Four? No, El Chapo. El Chapo Guzman. I said, I don't recall. That guy opens his briefcase, slides a
piece of paper,
tweet with the picture.
Who here thinks, do these people really think that people fall for it when they just play dumb? All it does is piss cops and agents and officers, whoever, off. That's all it does, just piss them off. So if the objective is to just piss them off and make things probably worse for yourself, then, sure, just play dumb. But if the objective is to trick them somehow as if they've never seen anything like that before, guys, I mean, I don't even work in law enforcement, but I have a TV, and that's what people do like 90% of the time is play dumb. So I don't think the strategy is super effective.
He says to me, do you think that that's funny, Mr. Lopez? I look at it, I said, when I did it, I thought it was funny, but right now,
But right now,
I don't think it's funny. So he said, do you remember when Donald Trump called Mexicans criminals and rapists? You said that when you saw him, you were going to rob him and f him. I said, did I say that? Put the in front of me. I said, do you think that's funny? Right now, I don't think so. They remember saying that if they build a wall, they better build it in a day, because if they leave the material out there overnight, it's going to be gone. I said, that what I said. But then also,
oh yeah, you guys remember that racist joke where he literally was denigrating his own people, calling his own people criminals?
Donald Trump said he was going to build a wall, and George Lopez said, you better build it in one day, because if you leave that material out there overnight.
It's really just a double standard when you look at the exact kind of jokes being told at the Kamala Harris rally over the weekend. And the fact is, if George Lopez had said that at the Donald Trump rally, if I may finish.
You've seen a comedy show before?
If I may finish, just to finish making the point, if the George Lopez joke had been told at the Donald Trump rally, you and I both know we'd be talking about that. But because it was at a Kamala Harris rally, we're not saying a word about it. And I think that that's just hypocritical.
And yet this guy feels like if somebody else were to say something like that, like President Trump, for example, knowing that there are actual rapists and drug dealers and human traffickers who are all operating through Biden's open border, just because he says that, all of a sudden he means all of the Mexicans or all illegal aliens are those things, which obviously doesn't make any sense. I mean, I get tired of the not all police. I feel like it should be self-explanatory that when people make these generalized statements, they're not talking about each and every single person. But of course, idiots like Lopez will like to liken it to every single person, because that's just what morons do.
So I said, can I answer a question? And my lawyer goes, please don't. And I said, culturally, what you assume is a threat in our culture is more of an estimate. I mean, you can find somebody to do it cheaper, hire them. That's just me. So they told me if they came back that I was looking at 10 years in federal prison.
Damn.
Wow.
So I was married for 17. I said I could probably do 7. I could probably do 7. I don't know if I could do 10.
This guy's an idiot. This is why, on one hand, I understand what people say about not really trusting celebrities and their dumb political opinions. But I respect people who actually know what they're talking about and seem to make smart decisions. Again, like Spencer Pratt that we're talking about. I may have another video coming out about him here soon. But it's one thing if somebody actually speaks intelligently on things. It's another thing if somebody just reacts emotionally, posts stupid jokes about bounties on the president. Like literally paying to get him killed and saying, oh, we'll do it for half. Guys, it's not, maybe somebody out there finds it funny, but I wouldn't find it funny if it was Sleepy Joe, Barack Hussein Obama. You think that they would find it hilarious or that they wouldn't have meltdowns if conservatives were to be saying this about Obama? Like, yeah, just kill him, like, yeah, I mean, look, we'll do it for free. We'll just take out Sleepy Joe, just throw him down the stairs, just end it all. You think that they would find that funny? sure that there will be meltdowns. These people melt down about everything, like about building the ballroom, about cleaning the pool, like literally each and every single thing these people melt down about. These people are just absurdly unhappy. The TDS makes you just perpetually in a state of unhappiness and just being just pure bitterness. It is sickening, and I'm glad I just never have this sickness, not even for the fake news, not even for the radical Democrats who are transing kids. I really don't like them. I just don't hate them either, because I don't want to be a deranged Looney Tune out here going out and loading up AR-15s and other types of rifles and trying to take politicians out or celebrities out or whoever else, or making stupid jokes about putting bounties on people's heads. That's the danger of radicalization, guys. And we already know who the radical party is, and it certainly isn't the conservative movement, which cares about Christianity and family values. It's the people who want to trans kids, open borders, and kill their opponents who don't support those things. Those are the true radicals. It's clear as day, but that's just my opinion, guys. Let me know what you guys think. Drop a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. I appreciate you guys watching. I'm out. Shout out to my members, patrons, and fellow anomalies: Cyber Noodle, 655, The Great, Bella Scott, Carpentier John, and Pinecone 6. I appreciate you guys every single day.
See, as you can see, the more you fuck around, the more you're going to find out.